Good Thursday morning to you. It's been a couple of days. Let's take a look and see what's up in the garden. The lettuce is getting bigger and bigger again, but I've got it down to just a few plants, so they're not going to kind of overwhelm each other the way they were before. Hopefully, I mean, this is the Simpson lettuce. This is pretty nice. Just get a little taste of it, and yeah, good stuff. This is the iceberg, which I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to look like. It's starting to look different from the Simpson, so I think they just needed to get bigger and more mature. I think it's almost time for me to get the watermelons up in the pumpkin path. Let's see what else. The carrots doing nicely. Any sign of them poking out? That's not necessarily what I'm waiting for them to poke out, but the last time we bought carrots with the stems still on them, they were longer than this, I'm pretty sure. So I think I need to excavate soon and take a look. But speaking of taking a look, let's take a look at the cucumber cages now. I mean, I've got a flower down there. I think I saw at least another one. There's one. Okay, yeah, I can see two of them in there. Hopefully you can see that. And let's see, are we hooking on to the sides of the cage or trying to protrude through? Nothing on this side, but I could swear I saw something. And by the way, that's the Swiss chard. And I realized there's some more Swiss chard inside the cage. Okay, yeah, there we go. We've attached onto the cage here. I think there was another one over here somewhere. Yeah, there's another one right there. And yeah, so that's kind of the idea, but I'm going to watch to make sure that I don't have something like a stem trying to poke through the hole and come up that way, because then it'll just take over again. On this side, yeah, see, like there's a stem doing that, so I'm going to push it back in. The plant might not like it as much, and actually it was attached, but I detached it when I did that. But I can see another attachment down there, another one up here, so it should start pulling itself up. I can see one from this side, and I can see at least several flowers on here, so hopefully that's enough for it to sort of pollinate itself or cross-pollinate with the other. That'll be interesting. And that's what the cucumbers are looking like. So let's go up. The beans, they've climbed up the pole, and I think they're climbing back down the pole. So I think I need to give them another pole. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same material I used right here, the furring strip. I'm going to get a couple of those, and I can put them one here, one there for the ones that are really climbing up. The yard long don't seem quite as long, interestingly, and it looks like one of the leaves on the patty pan has died, but the rest of the plant looks reasonably healthy. So let's see, let's maybe yank that off so it doesn't continue to disease the plant. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. That's what things are looking like. Everything's getting bigger, even up above. I think the latest, boy, it's getting harder to show you. Yeah, even the smallest of the plants are getting bigger, and the bigger plants are getting even bigger. So that'll be encouraging to see what happens when I finally see some flowers and they start setting fruit. So that's kind of an idea what it's looking like. I don't suspect the back is a whole lot different. I'll take a quick look and I'll let you know if I see anything. Yeah, but the only thing worthy of note back here is that the nasturtiums are dying off in here. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure they're getting water. And the soil feels moist. So something is happening. I don't know what it is. And there's still no peppers in the hybrid Nikita, so I'm going to have to see if I got any more seeds and get something planted there. But got something else to do today. So the lawn, it looks like we're finally at that point in the year when I have to start mowing it on a weekly basis. So I was thinking about it yesterday, and I think what I'm going to do is Thursdays are going to be front yard cleanup day, because Friday the street sweeper comes by and should pick up some of the rest of things. Um, that's just kind of a reasoning for it. There were a couple other reasons. I forget exactly why I decided on Thursday, but I think I just need to start kind of scheduling things. So, like Thursday can be, oh, city vehicle racing by. All right. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna start trying to organize, because I got a lot of stuff I got to get done, and it's not just the garden. So I'm gonna have to start splitting my days. Mornings in the garden or certain other tasks, and then evenings or afternoons working on actually eBay. I got a bunch of stuff to put up on eBay, so I've just got it stacking up. I just keep acquiring stuff, and I gotta get it put up on eBay and get rid of it and make a little money off of it so I can afford to buy the stuff I need for the garden. So that's kind of the thinking. So let's get going. Let's get this front yard cleaned up. It fought me a little bit, but that's in part because a few days ago a neighbor called with kind of an emergency, needed her lawn mowed because she had an event coming up, and she was putting out a bunch of chairs, and she wanted the lawn mowed before she put the chairs down on it. So I went up and mowed her lawn. Actually mowed all of her lawn, and she has probably 2 to 3 times as much as we've got here, and she wanted it mowed low, so I had set the deck low. And when I came back here, that first pass that you saw me do, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go all the way back up or like one step from the highest setting. So one step from the highest setting, I actually started scalping the lawn. That's why I went full height. It keeps it green instead of kind of turning yellowish. And the lawn tends to grow better, at least our lawn, when the grass is a little taller. I believe that's just more surface area for, what do you call it? When the sun hits a plant, and I'll think of it, I'll put it here. I'm just a little tired right now, so I'm going to take a little break. I got to do a little more cleanup, and then we'll see if there's enough time to attack one more thing. Okay, so we're about a half hour before lunchtime. I think I can trim this tree just a little bit. I'm not going to go full bore on this. There's plenty to trim off of it. It just grows like crazy. But if I get a half hour in, I think I can make a dent in it. So here we go. Okay, that should be enough for today. I got other stuff to do in the afternoon, so yeah, the tree is going to keep staring at me, but I got some of it, at least it's not encroaching right on the roof there. And I think I need to get a little bit more off the right, which you can't really see from this angle, but I'm trying to keep my phone in the shade. Well, I'll just pull out for a second so you can see. See, there's more of it going that way. And I think the solution is we do have a pole saw, so I'm going to end up using that to try and cut it down. And then I got to get over to that side there. Got to get a bunch of that down, but it's just going to keep staring at me until I get to it. And I don't know, maybe tomorrow I've got a different plan. Maybe Saturday we'll do trimming. Try and get more of that dealt with, so we'll see. That's it for today. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Good Saturday morning to you. It's been a couple of days. Haven't gotten out to the garden, have other stuff I have to do around here. But I was noticing on my garden camera that the bell pepper's not doing. It was wilted pretty badly yesterday. The sprinklers went off this morning. It seems to have recovered, which is good. It's still alive. But I think what I want to do today, among other things, and this is kind of a light day, but up above in the pumpkin path, I've got the plumeria up there with, actually those leaves are getting even bigger on that one. I want to put this up with that, and I extended that irrigation line over. I think what I'm going to do, rather than bothering with a micro sprinkler for right now, just for simplicity, I've got a shrub adapter that the end of that line comes up in a 90-degree elbow with a thread, so I can put a shrub adapter and a regular sprinkler head on there. Probably like a 2 or a 4 foot sprinkler head. So I think I'm going to go get that in terms of supplies. That way I can put both pots on either side of it and be able to get some water on the bell pepper and on the plumeria, and that should take care of that. Let's take a look. Yeah, the watermelon, it's probably about time to transplant, but the heat's about to spike around here, and the last thing I want to do is put these up and then have them die right away because I transplanted them. I've got a surplus of these again, but if you recall, I promised a neighbor that I would give him a couple, only to realize that I only had a couple. So I planted more seeds, and those are getting closer and closer to being ready to give to them. So I'm going to leave them where they are, where they continue to get water and not go into transplant shock in the middle of a heat spike. So I'm going to leave those alone. Also, just looking at the rest of the garden, I mean, look, the patty pan is just getting huge here, and the corn behind it is really starting to look like a stalk of corn. Everything here is looking good, but I've got some serious climbers, and so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is go get an 8-foot furring strip like I did for this, the actual material I used up here. Get a couple of those and turn them into stakes that will be much taller than what's there right now, so that those bean plants can climb and I can stand on the wall or behind the wall behind those bean plants and still be able to reach up to the top and pick any beans that are on them. So that'll give them a longer climbing area. Look at this corn over here. This is just, I haven't had corn that looked like that and I don't know how long. Probably going back to when I was a little kid, and we had corn in the backyard, and Mom and Dad had their adventures much like I'm having now. planting stuff. So that's looking good. So yeah, simple little things. I'm going to make a couple of stakes. I'm going to move some stuff up and improve the irrigation slightly. I also need to get the garden cam mounted at the end there. I think I need to improve on that. So I'll pick some of that stuff up. I wanted to look at the cucumbers now and see it's kind of growing to the other side. So I got to pull these through because I don't want, oh, it's actually growing all the way through that way. You know what, I'll leave it like that. This is now, one has secured itself to the other. I can see another secure point there, another one there. This is coming out here. I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. I may actually have to prune the plant. But you can see I got flowers down below. Look at the other one. We've got leaves trying to grow through. This is the potential problem with the larger fencing that was cheaper. But I'll just keep pulling stuff through to make sure we don't have too big of a problem. I just have to keep monitoring it. But yeah, you can see they're growing out forward now. I don't know if it's because they're being shaded, but I think I'm going to have to prune to keep them under control. Also, I had looked at the carrots the other day. I dug down a little bit just to see if I could see anything, and all I saw was what looked like the roots weren't developing much, but let me see if I can dig down a little further and see. Do they expand? Not really. So the roots are starting to get a little bit thicker, but they've got a ways to go. So the carrots are not ready. That's pretty much what it's looking like in the back. Let's take a quick look on the side. Let's go take a look in the back. Yeah, it's looking like the nasturtium is starting to take over the black crim again, and well, this time it actually looks like the tomatoes are taking over the nasturtium. Those are the Romas. They're looking pretty good, and remember, one of them was kind of knocked over a little bit, so it's recovered. We've got good, wow, okay, we got a basil plant here. We got a basil plant here. That's a surprise. I thought these were, the basil plants are starting to grow quickly. That's nice to see. And we've got what looks like pepper plants and weeds. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So I think we've got pepper plants recovered on a cherry pick. The poblanos are getting bigger. These nasturtiums are doing well. We've got something growing here in the Marconi. Ooh, we might have a tiny little seed in the Nikita. No basil here, but that's okay. I got enough other basil plants. So I think we're doing okay, folks. I was afraid that I was going to have to find some more seeds for the Nikita. I'm definitely going to have to save some after I pick the first one, but yeah, we're doing good. That may be the update for today. I think I'll just go ahead and take care of the irrigation stuff and moving those plants, and we'll get an update tomorrow. That's it for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.